Hello, we're taking a look at version 8 of Maintenance Connection Everywhere. I'm using a Chrome browser with an HP laptop that has touchscreen capabilities and also mouse control. What you're seeing is what you would typically see when logging into the application. It's a list of work orders that have been assigned to the member ID that is logged in. To retrieve those work orders from the system, when you're in a connected environment, the application uses a sync process, which will grab any information that's available on the server, while also transfer any information from the device that you've updated since the last sync. There's another option in this menu to simply just release the work orders back to the system without syncing and bringing information down from the system. You have the ability to determine whether or not you want to be in a connected or disconnected environment. Just note that when you're in the connected environment, you're not communicating live with the database. You'll still need to sync when you want to transfer information back and forth. Then you've got some other standard features here. Sync messages will give you any information if there's any kind of errors with the sync or the status of the sync. There are some configuration tools that are available so that you can customize the application to your needs. Some about information, and then just our standard logout options. If you look across the top here, you've got some indicators. This lets us know that we are connected or disconnected. We've also got a clock built in the application, and then we have another menu on this right-hand upper side of the screen too. This is where we have the option to do a lot of things. I'm going to kind of start from the bottom and work my way up. One is that we can configure the sort order of our work order list. So maybe I want to sort by when the work order was created, then group the asset IDs together, for example. Then that will adjust the sort order of our work order list. Some other options we have, like if you come to a single work order, we've got some basic information that we can see here. You can expand the work order summary to see a little bit more details without going into the full work order and having to click through the tabs and screens. There's also an option to do a global expansion, so we can expand the details of all of the work orders with one click. You can also collapse them back down to the minimized view as well. Two other features here. One is self-assign. What this allows us to do is determine some criteria when we communicate with the database, and then you can retrieve work orders that are existing in the database, and then at that point we can select some and assign them to us if need be. This does need to be connected, obviously, for that to occur, and then once you have assigned some work orders to you, you can resync. Designate that those work orders are assigned to you in the system, move into an offline environment, and begin working on those work orders. Our last feature from this pop-out menu is the ability to create kind of a simple service request from the offline mobile device. So this would allow us to do an asset lookup for any assets that are already associated with the device. You've got the ability to enter a reason code, repair center information, procedure, target date, target hours. We also can auto-assign this to ourselves if we want. Once we sync to the main database, then a work order will be created that's from the mobile device that's assigned to the technician on the device. Okay, let's look into some work order details now. So we bring over a lot of the common information from the main database. It's still all in a tab view. So we have our typical work order summary fields. You can see reason, procedures, problems, the asset associated with the work order. We've got some additional tabs that will take us to some more of the less common detailed information, and we also bring over all of the user-defined fields from the main work order in the main MRO system. We could work across the tabs here similar to our work order in the main system. We look at our tasks tab. We've got the option to condense or expand task groups. We can also, similar to what we saw with the work orders, expand all of the task groups and collapse all of the task groups. This feature also gives you the option of completing all of the tasks within the group at the same time. So we've got these 8 tasks listed here. If I wanted to complete them all in one quick shortcut, you can see right there it's telling us we've selected 8 of 8 to mark them complete. So that's a great option. When moving to the Cost tab, very similar to what we see in the MRO as well, we have the labor estimates that are available, and we can edit those if need be. We've got labor actuals, and we can add labor actuals from the mobile device. We can come in, choose which staff member performed the work, and add time to any existing work orders with this method. Parts is the same type of functionality. We have the estimates of parts, then we can also come in and add actual parts and quantities, and then we've got the other cost fields as well. Moving to the Status and Close tab, we've got the ability to come in and change the work order status, and changing some of the other status information, for example, completed date. We've also got the calendar tools that we can use to indicate date and time stamps for when these certain subset functions take place. If there is an existing labor report, we would be able to view that. We can also add to and update the labor report. And then you've got your failure analysis options that come over from the MRO as well. The attachments section adds a lot of capabilities. You can see this particular work order has a document attachment associated with it, so we can call the document within the browser. We also have the ability to view any images, and we can add additional images from the mobile device, either searching for them within a folder, for example on a laptop if you have a folder of images, or using the device's camera to take an image and upload it to the work order as well. This Attachments tab also provides the ability to capture mobile signatures and store those with the work order and sync that back to the main system when we're back in an online environment. Our final tab is our asset information, the asset that's associated with the work order. We bring some of the summary, the asset details, we bring over asset specifications, and then if there's any history of work orders with that asset, we bring the history of work orders over as well. We also bring over any of the user-defined fields from the asset record in addition to the rest of the information. So you may have seen as we've been clicking through some areas this little barcode image. This allows the device to use the internal camera to scan barcodes and look for information or update information that way. I'm using a laptop with a front-facing camera, so I'm not going to demonstrate that on this particular device. Otherwise, you would just see a scan of my face. So once we've finished updating all of our work orders from the mobile device, we're back in our connected environment, we would simply just sync these work orders back to the main database. It's going to update the main database with any information we've added. If you have changed the status of the work orders from issued to completed, those work orders would then be removed from the device, and we would sync any new work orders that have been issued in our absence. One final thing to note is this information on the screen is dynamic, so it will fit the screen and match any type of device that we have. So if I shrink this browser down, you're going to see that our fields adjust to my new size of browser. So you've got the ability to use the application on multiple sizes of devices and multiple kinds of devices that you can take in an offline mode. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this brief demo of Maintenance Connection version 8.